If you are so tired of this toxic dating culture, I'm here for you. If you are tired of picking the wrong person based on social media standards and tired of all of these fantasy ideas of what dating's supposed to be like, what relationships are supposed to be like, if you're tired of failing in relationships, look, I've been married for 20 years, so I can't relate to that necessarily, but I can tell you how to avoid it, how the Lord helped me to avoid toxic dating, toxic relationships, and kept me out and away from picking the wrong person. That's what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm Marjorie with Purpose, if you're just tuning into my channel. And I want to show a couple of clips of toxic dating culture today. And I'm going to let it play, share my commentary, and hopefully give you some pointers in how to avoid exactly what social media tells you is the inevitable. I get so sick of these conversations about ridiculous standards. So I know you're sick of it. I know you're like, wait a minute, how can I find the right person if everything on social media is telling me gotta have six packs, six figures, 6 inches, and all this crap that has nothing to do with making a healthy relationship work? If you're tired of that, I'm speaking to you today, men and women of Christ. So I'm going to show these clips and you tell me your thoughts in the comments, what it made you think about, how you're feeling about this dating market. If you're single, if you're in a relationship, do you feel trapped? Are you feeling like you need some guidance in how to maneuver in this current relationship you're in? Are you uncertain if this is someone God has called you to be with and not really sure which way to go? I'm going to speak to all those things in today's episode. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Let's go to the first clip.
It's like, you know how the people are outside and they ask women like questions or whatever, just walking past. So they've been asking this question and they asked a woman on the podcast recently, would you rather be a side chick to a athlete, like a current athlete, or would you rather be married to a plumber? And so she answered like, that's really hard. Mm-hmm. And Tony Baker responded to it and was like, shut the hell up. He's like, I'm so sick of these conversations. Like, why is that even hard to answer, right? Like, you would rather be a side chick to Stephon Diggs than be a married to a plumber who can actually have a successful plumbing. Plumbers make money. I hope y'all know that. Plumbers can have it's not an attractive job, but there's a thing now where women are like, I only want a man with an attractive job.
Yeah.
Like construction, man, they make bank. Longshoremen's like, they make money. Like they're making like a cool amount to really be able to put you up, get you somewhere cracking. But women are like, I only want attractive jobs now, which are what? I guess athletes, actors, musicians, entertainment, sports and entertainment. And the people rather be a side chick than married to a man who has a successful business. That's not an attractive job. That blows me. I don't give a damn if a man was changing lights and he was making cool money and you had me sitting right. Because you know what? A lot of women get with these men and they don't even take care of them financially. You just like the idea that they have money and the man ain't even doing shit for you. Period. You just like the idea of, oh, I'm with this man. Oh, I'm messing with this person. You just like that idea, but you don't even be getting nothing. But this plumber man could be building you a whole life, build you a house, have you a whole house, cars, everything good, really taking care of you and respecting you like you're his wife. There's like, you know how
if you're a single man and this feels like an issue you run into, women, you're regular guy, you live a regular peaceful life, you work a 9 to 5, you're surviving, you are able to take care of yourself, but it seems like women only want men that have this unrealistic image, like she talked about, athletes, entertainers. If you feel like this is something that has been a hindrance to you, I want to talk to you about that. Look, like I told my son is 19 years old and he just got out of a semi-serious relationship, young lady he'd been with for a little while. And it wasn't on bad terms, but They broke up because number one, they're too young to be in a serious relationship, technically. And they're both kind of thinking about themselves. And what I expressed to my son is that the young lady is not wrong for wanting to do her own thing, for wanting her life to be about her. She's not wrong. She just turned 18. She wants to enjoy herself as she should. And my son, not financially in a position to financially support a spouse or a girlfriend, or to give her things, to give her all of meet her financial needs, her whatever she wants to financially support that. He's not in a position to do that. And I pointed out to him that a woman that wants to stick with you when you're at the bottom and you have nothing else to provide other than yourself, and she's willing to stick with you, that's a wife. A wife is someone who wants to help you build from the bottom. She's willing to build a foundation with you. She's understanding, I want and love this man because of who he is and not what he can provide. When my husband and I first got married, he and I have always had strengths in different areas. And I had no problem. I had some administration skills. I had no problem in updating his resumes to make sure he got the best paying jobs. That wasn't necessarily an area he was strong in. He was always a hard worker, great work ethic, integrity, work hard, laborer to the core. But administration wasn't necessarily his strong suit. So that was a skill that the Lord allowed me to implement to be an asset to him. So I would upgrade and update his resume so that he could get the best jobs, do application. Because if he's working from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., he don't got time to fill out applications. If I had the time, I did. I had no problem doing that. So as a team, we elevated each other. And this is a lost skill in a lot of relationships. And I encourage you as single men, as a single man, to be very careful and very mindful of the kind of women you pick. Listen to the words she uses. Is she one of these people who was like, oh, I don't want that struggle love. I ain't trying to work. I ain't trying to start from the bottom. He got to have this figures and he got to make this kind of money and he has to be able to support my lifestyle. If this is the kind of language she's using, she is not a wife. That's prostitute mentality. A wife is going to say, brother, how can I help elevate you? What do you need from me that would help make you a better version of yourself? And hopefully you as a man have the same mentality towards her in the relationship. As a husband, wife, how can I elevate you and build you up and encourage you? This is the discussion I have with my children on a regular basis, what it means to be in an adult relationship. How can we elevate each other? So as your coach, this is what I would tell you to look out for in the dating process. When you are vetting a woman, you want to know where her mindset is around money, around hard times, around her role and her position as a wife, if she sees herself as a wife. Because these women who are willing to be a side chick to a celebrity versus a wife to a man with a 9-to-5, she's not a wife. She's a prostitute. Let me just clarify that. I want to put that bug in your ear. So you want to don't expect wife mentality from prostitutes. Okay? But if you're looking for a prostitute and you're not looking for a wife, right? Don't expect your wife to have prostitute mentality, to have this transactional relationship. A wife is going to love you and accept you the way Christ does, at your very least, when you're at your worst. And she's going to pray for you and she's going to love you through and encourage you and build you up to be the man that God says you are, not who she sees right in the moment. So I just want to encourage single brothers in that arena right now. So I'm gonna go to the next clip. This next one was kind of a bug for me, so I'm gonna go straight to it.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Y'all trifling as hell, man. You mean to tell me
Honestly,
so what is you what's up with you and him? Y'all back together or something? Because it has to be something to it. Because ain't no man after 17 years, ain't no man just gonna pop back up and I want to be at your graduation now. Ain't no man do it. And what type of man is he?
what you mean? What type of man is he?
Listen,
He's trying to come back in his daughter's life.
Any type of man.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
But y'all in cahoots with trying to get me to give up my ticket that I paid for?
Ain't nobody. Come on now, ain't nobody in cahoots. It's just that she want her daddy to see her daddy graduate. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, but you brought it to her. She told me you brought it to her. You brought it. You convinced her to do that.
Because we trying to build a family. We trying to build a family.
After 17
years. We trying to build a family.
After 17
years. Yeah, after 17 years. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Man, y'all trifling as hell, man. Straight up. You know
what?
This is what I'm going to do. Just like I told her, that apartment that I just got for her, I just went and pulled the lease off. I pulled the lease off of it. That graduation that I paid for, I'm finna go take all my money back. Matter of fact, I'm on my way there right now.
No, that's wrong. No, that's
it ain't wrong.
That's trifling. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I got a question for you. I just left our daughter's house, your daughter's house, and you know she's graduating, and she was telling me that she wanted, I guess her biological father just came back into her life or whatever the case after 17 years, and she wanted him to come to the graduation, but in order for that to happen, I have to give up my ticket, and she told me that you knew something about this.
Yeah, I didn't know something about it.
And
is that a problem?
You don't think it's a problem? Like after 17 years? Like you don't think that's a problem?
No, I don't think it's a problem at all. Because if she want her daddy back in her life, put her daddy back in her life.
So you want me? So after 17 years, this dude come around. Look, he can be there, but y'all want me to give up my ticket to let him come? Don't I pay for that entire graduation?
No, listen,
I got her first.
You should respect. Okay, and we appreciate everything that you did. But at the end of the day, it's still gonna be her daddy, and she wants her daddy to come back in her life. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Y'all trifling as hell, man. You mean to tell me?
Honestly?
So what is you? What's up with you and him?
Oh Lord, that's heartbreaking. Because this man invests 17 years of his life to help raise this young woman to become the woman she is, to be able to graduate. And the biological father all of a sudden wants to be involved. My issue is this mother, how nonchalant she is about the whole thing. Like, yeah, well, we appreciate what you did. Girl, you wrong. You absolutely wrong. And I wouldn't know, to be perfectly honest, what to tell a man in this position other than to humble himself and move out the way. And I had to say, one thing, when I asked my husband about this, his thoughts, he's a father of 3 children, all 3 his, so he don't have to deal with the baby daddy, other baby daddy stuff. Praise the Lord, by the grace of God. But something he said that resonated with me, that I think every stepfather should take into consideration, is that this is the risk you take when you choose to take on a family that isn't yours. That's the reality of the thing. You didn't birth these children. This, more than likely, the house you're in isn't the house that you started in. It was started with the previous father, mother, whatever. And this is the risk that one takes when taking on a family, how to say an insta family, so to speak. This is the risk you take. That other person has, and at any point in time, could decide that they want back their family. And I think it's so heart-wrenching because I don't really know how to feel about him saying, I'm gonna pull, I done paid rent, I'm pulling my money out, and I'm closing the lease on that apartment and all this stuff. And it's like, you either did it out of the kindness of your heart for the child, or you did it with the contingencies of, oh, as long as I get to play daddy, and when I can no longer be daddy, this child will lose all the benefits. And I understand both. I understand both sides. I do. They're both wrong in a sense, and they're both kind of right. All I would say is, men and women of God, pray long and hard before you take on step families, before you become step mommy or step daddy to these families that don't belong to you. Pray long and hard, because you can't tell me that this woman that he's with didn't show signs of disrespect beforehand, before all of this. She sounds like this kind of disrespect is ongoing. This is not new. This just seems like, for him, the nail that put the nail in the casket is what it seems like. I don't know if he's gonna leave this woman. I don't know if he's gonna stay in these children's lives. I don't know. But nonetheless, the girl's father maybe not wants to be in the child's life. He could give up his ticket. There's not a guarantee that this man is going to show up to this graduation, but he can and should be allotted the opportunity to participate. But I don't think he should be prioritized. No, not at all. This biological father, he should not be prioritized. The man that's been around and that's been daddy for the majority of the child's life should be the priority. But that doesn't seem to be what happened here with this family. And that's sad, because it really is a constant discouragement why people don't want to be step parents. But on the other hand, I do see it work. I have a good friend, shout out to her, Moms of Mindfulness, Tatiana Thompson. She is a huge advocate for blended families, and she shows that it can work with help of the Lord and therapy. And that's the thing, there needs to be more support and education around this kind of family, because it's a whole other layer of things that like myself and my husband don't have to deal with. We don't have to deal with that, but there's a lot of families that do and choose to go through this, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you need the help and the wisdom of the Lord to guide you and to give you the wisdom of how to move forward with this kind of family when you decide to be a step parent. Ooh, Lord. Again, consult with the Lord. Don't get into any situation without consulting with him. I don't care what it is: work, family, health, food, where you go today, where you don't go today. Let Holy Spirit lead you and guide you. But thank you for watching Marjorie with Purpose. I am Coach Marjorie, and catch us tomorrow. Sign up for tomorrow's event. What is the purpose of marriage? And understand what the purpose of marriage is, so that you can have the capacity to hang on through the hard times when things get hard, because they will get hard. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and how hard they will get, but they will get hard. And understanding the purpose of marriage will keep you in sight of the bigger picture, so that you know how to fight for your family, what to hold on to, what to let go of, and how to pray in the midst of these trials and hard times that you will experience in the midst of marriage. So if you're single and you're wanting to get married, you're kind of thinking about it, you're considering it, this might be a workshop that'll be a blessing to you to give you the tools you need to help you be more confident as the husband or wife God called you to be before you get into a relationship, so that you know what to look for, you know what to stay away from, and you know how to be the person who can be the husband or wife is so important. So catch me next Tuesday. I'm going to be recording from now on. I don't know when I'm going to do lives again, but I'm going to stick with this pre-recording for now. And I hope this is a blessing to you. Until then, I love you guys. Bye.